Hey, folks. We are talking about your chapter on key areas in the future of organizational training. Please make sure if you have an older edition of the book, you are going by the title of the chapter and not the chapter number. That being said, the thing I really want to talk with you about with this particular content um, is thinking about how we have advanced even since the writing of this book. I believe they talk about things like orientation and EDI in the book, and we have advanced quite past that. Specifically, my organization has huge pushes for training on AI, not only how to use AI, but also considering security, right? So, the Department of Human Services works with hospitals and things like that. And so, a big part of our training is how do you navigate what information you can input into AI, knowing that in some instances it can go into a cloud, right? And so we don't want to put PII, private information for clients or patients, into that system. So our AI training, yes, it's a little bit how do you use this tool, but a lot more of it is how do we ensure confidentiality in the ways in which we did before AI. That's just one example of it. I know a lot of organizations are pushing AI training. There's also been, for my organization, interestingly enough, transitions from working from home primarily into working in the office or having a hybrid work environment. And so some of the soft skills trainings that have come out are how do you navigate transitioning, right? How do you navigate working from home permanently? Then all of a sudden you're coming back into the office. Or if you're in the office, how do you think about having ergonomics if you work from home 1 to 2 days a week? So as we think about training needs, they go all the way from these hard skills of how to use AI through these soft skills trainings, but they're really change based on the needs of the employees and the organization. And this, again, is something that we want to think about when we talk about how do you equip employees for the organization's purposes, right? So, what tools do employees need not only to do their job functionally, but to understand the culture, but to work effectively with others in certain environments like online environments? And all of these we can track back to this idea of selling it to the organization. Why is it important? But then also, how do you evaluate these things? And there has been some really interesting studies that have come out, especially around working from home, because it can be hard to measure those things, right? How effective are you in working from home? And when you look at some of the online resources of those have been studied, folks who work from home actually tend to work more, and they're pretty darn effective. But the idea is that they're not effective, right? That's the pervasive opinion. um, and it's unfortunate that we oftentimes see research that's been really well done that demonstrates one thing, but we have beliefs that land in another place. And that's something that good training can also help to address. So, that being said, this isn't a super long lecture. Put the micro into micro, right? But I'd like you all to also think about in your fields, what are certain things that might be important to train now that were different even 5 years ago? What are different ideas that you think would be helpful and productive in the workplace that are new because of their timeliness and potentially future information? So, with that being said, I hope you have fun with this chapter. It gives some good ideas of how we keep expanding our training, and what it looks like with the use of technology. I didn't even get into that, right? How different uses and how different tools can help us train differently as well. That's also a part of the future of training. So let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a good week.